Hi there. This is a look at the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission chart where they track the CWD cases in all 100 counties. It was first found in our state last year in Yadkin County, and as testing ramped up, it was discovered in 6 more counties for a total of 15 cases. I caught up with both hunters and biologists to see the impact so far this year. Lifelong hunter Tommy Jones says the simple things, like feeding the deer, are getting a little more complicated in North Carolina, thanks to chronic wasting disease.
The deer will congregate around a feeder or where there's a lot of corn, and so that's where the disease could be easily spread from animal to animal.
While he's hunted for 60 years, the fatal disease was found for the first time in North Carolina last year in not 1, but 7 counties. So far this year, there have been 5 cases in 3 counties, with a lot more testing to do. North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission biologist Greg Batts is part of the team testing and tracking CWD in North Carolina.
CWD shows up first in the retropharyngeal lymph nodes, and that's what we're after.
Hunters submit their deer's head, and biologists remove the lymph nodes for testing.
They take a thin slice, they put it under a microscope, and then they put a substance in there that reacts with the misshapen prions, and it causes it, if it's present, the prion's present, it causes it to change color.
Prions are simply misformed proteins, but they have a big impact.
The deer loses its motor skills, it loses its ability to walk, loses its ability to feed. And so it's called chronic wasting disease because the deer literally wastes away because it can't.
The concern is how easily it spreads through bodily fluids.
So you can see right here where the buck used the end of his hoofs there, where he was just pulling away the leaves and stuff. If there was a deer, if one of these deer had chronic wasting disease here, they had just dropped this all out right here. So the next deer that comes along can very easily pick that up.
Bat says CWD can stay in nature up to 15 years. And to fight it, they're trying to contain it, asking hunters to not transport deer out of county lines and to get them tested.
I like perpetuating wildlife populations for future generations, for my kids, for my grandkids, for your kids and your grandkids. I think that I have a responsibility as a human being to do that, and so that's why I do it.
So far, there have not been any known cases where a human has gotten CWD from eating an infected deer. However, the CDC still recommends you do not eat that venison if your deer tests positive. And that's the other thing. It costs the state about $26 per test, making this an expensive and time-consuming concern for the deer population for generations to come. In studio, Rudlang, Spectrum News 1.